The haunting of Shaniwar Fort. The majestic Shaniwar Fort, located in the bustling heart of Pune, Maharashtra, is not just a relic of India's royal past, but also a place deeply woven into the fabric of legend, mystery, and horror. Built in 1732 under the reign of Peshwa Baji Rao I, one of the most celebrated rulers of the Maratha Empire, the fort was once a symbol of power, wealth, and influence. Today, however, it is more often remembered for the tragic and supernatural events that have surrounded it for centuries. Once towering 7 stories high, Shaniwar was the epicenter of Maratha politics, witnessing grand celebrations, decisive military strategies, and deep-rooted conspiracies. But beneath this grandeur lies the chilling story of Narayanrao Peshwa, a young ruler whose untimely and violent death left a mark so deep on Shaniwar that it is said his spirit still roams the ruins, crying out for justice. The story of Narayanrav's murder, along with the mysteries that followed, has turned Shaniwar into one of India's most haunted historical sites. The grandeur of Shaniwar. Shaniwar's name is derived from the Marathi words Shaniwar, Saturday, and wada, residential building, marking the day the foundation of the fort was laid, a Saturday. Built with an intricate mix of Maratha and Mughal architectural styles, the fort was a marvel to behold. The walls of Shaniwar were originally over 30 feet high, enclosing an area of more than 625 acres. The fort was a bustling hub of activity, housing not only the royal family but also courtiers, military officers, and various attendants. The palace's Diwan Hall of Public Audience, was where the Peshwa held court, listening to the grievances of his subjects and conducting administrative matters. Gardens, fountains, and intricate water channels lined the courtyards, enhancing the beauty of the fort. Shaniwar also boasted opulent halls and chambers, elaborately decorated with polished teak, chandeliers, and paintings depicting scenes from Hindu mythology. Despite the elegance and wealth associated with the fort, it was also a place where the dark side of politics played out. Intrigue, manipulation, and betrayal lurked in the shadows, ready to consume anyone who dared to stand in the way of power. And so, the tragic story of Narayanrao, a young and ill-fated Peshwa, unfolded within these very walls. The tragedy of Narayanrao Peshwa. Narayanrao Peshwa was the youngest son of Peshwa Balaji Baji Rao, and after the death of his elder brother, Madhvarao I, he ascended to power in 1772. At just 16 years old, Narayanrao found himself at the helm of the vast Maratha Empire, an enormous responsibility for one so young and inexperienced. His appointment as Peshwa, however, was fraught with danger as political alliances and rivalries simmered around him. The most formidable challenge Narayanrao faced was from within his own family, his uncle, Raghunathro Raghoba, who had long harbored ambitions of ruling the empire himself. Raghoba had previously acted as a regent during the reign of Madhvarao I, and though he was skilled and experienced, he was never fully trusted by the Maratha nobles. After Madhvarao's death, Raghoba expected to take over the reins of power, but the court instead supported Narayanrao, viewing him as the rightful heir. This decision sparked a fierce power struggle between Raghoba and his nephew. The tension between the two worsened as Narayanrao, under the influence of his advisors, grew increasingly wary of his uncle. Eventually, Narayanrao ordered Raghoba's house arrest, further straining their relationship. It was at this point that Raghoba's wife, Anandabai, entered the picture, forever changing the course of history. The deadly conspiracy. Anandabai was a woman known for her cunning and sharp political mind. Infuriated by Narayanrao's treatment of her husband, she sought revenge and formulated a devious plan to eliminate him. As the legend goes, Narayanrao issued a written order to the palace guards, instructing them to capture his rebellious uncle. The note allegedly contained the word "Dureo," arrest. However, Anandabai intercepted the letter before it reached the guards and made a minor but fateful change. She altered the word "Dureo" to "Maro," kill, thus turning the order into a death warrant for Narayanrao. With this one small alteration, the young Peshwa's fate was sealed. On the night of August 30th, 1773, a group of Gardi, palace guards, loyal but deceived by the forged command, stormed into the inner chambers of Shaniwar. Narayana, realizing the grave danger he was in, tried to escape, running through the corridors in a desperate attempt to save his life. As the assassins pursued him, Narayana's terrified cries echoed through the fort, "Kaka, Mala Vachva, Uncle, save me." Tragically, his pleas for help fell on deaf ears. Narayana was eventually cornered and brutally murdered, his body reportedly hacked into pieces by the mercenaries. His remains were then secretly disposed of in the nearby Mulamutha River, leaving behind a horrific legacy that would haunt Shaniwar forever. The Curse and the Fire. Narayana's brutal assassination sent shockwaves through the Maratha court and the people of Pune. The conspiracy surrounding his death caused deep fractures within the royal family, weakening the political unity of the Maratha Empire. Raghoba was eventually overthrown, and the Peshwa's council placed Narayana's posthumous son, Mavarov II, on the throne, further complicating the already fraught succession politics. But the death of Narayana did more than just disrupt the Maratha power structure. It left behind a curse that seemed to envelop Shaniwar. Over the years, rumors spread that Narayana's spirit still lingered within the fort, unable to find peace. According to local legend, on full moon nights, the ghostly echoes of his final cries for help can still be heard. "Kaka, Mala Vachva," resounds through the walls, as if the young Peshwa's soul remains trapped, forever reliving the moment of his betrayal. Adding to the supernatural aura of the fort is the devastating fire that occurred in 1828. The fire, which mysteriously started in one of the lower chambers, engulfed the entire fort and raged for 7 days, reducing much of Shaniwar to ruins. The cause of the fire has never been conclusively determined, leading some to speculate that it was another manifestation of the curse. The fort's wooden structures were largely destroyed, and today, only the stone foundations and a few remnants of the walls remain.
Present day, the haunting legacy. Though much of Shaniwar lies in ruins today, it remains a popular historical site, attracting tourists and paranormal enthusiasts alike. Visitors are drawn not only by the fort's rich history but also by the eerie stories that still swirl around it. Those who dare to visit at night often claim to hear disembodied voices and inexplicable sounds. Some report seeing shadows move along the ramparts, while others feel a chilling presence in certain parts of the fort. The most famous phenomenon, of course, is the eerie repetition of Narayana's final cries for help. Despite these ghostly tales, Shaniwar remains a symbol of the Maratha Empire's glory and its eventual decline. The fort's towering Delhi Gate, its royal fountains, and the remains of the sprawling courtyards continue to evoke a sense of both awe and foreboding. The grand structure may have been reduced to ruins by time and tragedy, but its legacy, of power, betrayal, and a haunting that has endured for centuries, remains as vivid as ever. The story of Shaniwar Fort is a poignant reminder of the human cost of political ambition. Narayana Peshwa, the young ruler who fell victim to his own family's ruthless power struggle, continues to haunt the halls of the fort, his spirit forever trapped in the moment of his betrayal. While the fort once stood as a monument to Maratha power, today it is a place where the past and the supernatural seem to collide, drawing in those who are captivated by its tragic history and haunted legacy.